Welcome back to Cossy Podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. Jurrien Timber is injured, and early indications are saying it could be up to 6 weeks that we don't have Jurrien Timber in the side. Mikel Arteta was speaking to the press last night, and he said the scan is going to be done as quick as possible. The physio actually told him that the player is okay to return for the second half, but he actually thought it was a little bit bad. It didn't look good for him, and that's why they took him off a little bit early. Now, we're going to be listening to Mikel Arteta. We're going to be reading Mikel Arteta's transcript of that post-match reaction. A couple of people think that the game was not actually good. I want your honest reaction. I want your honest thoughts of that game in the comment box below here, because I'm going to be replying to you in the comment box below. Was that a bad game? I mean, yes, it was Nottingham Forest. Yes, it wasn't 5-0. But was it a bad game? I mean, let me know in the comment box below. And let's dive into what Mikel Arteta said about Jurrien Timber and the game as well. Now, first and foremost, Mikel was asked about the Navi finish to the game after our first half dominance. And he said, welcome to the Premier League. I think that's the highlight. We were super dominant. We deserve to win the game. There is no question that we deserve to win this game. But when you are 2-0 up, and you have some chances to kill the game, and we didn't, and then we gave a sloppy one away after being there and having a corner and having a chance on the corner. Straight away from 2 passes, you concede. When that happens in this league, it's game on. Every team has the resources, the quality to create issues, and it was a little bit about it was more about the feeling of what happened, because the reality is we didn't concede anything. Running the clock down in this league, that's a very dangerous thing to do. But overall, I'm actually very, very happy with the performance. So first and foremost, Mikel on the game, on the performance, says when you have 2 goals in this league, it's not enough, because if you get 1 back, if the opponent gets 1 back, it's game on. And it's what we saw against Forest. Arsenal had up to 80% ball possession, or almost 90% ball possession. But the moment Anthony Elanga and Taiwo Awoniyi arrive on the pitch, they form that relationship. They give Arsenal a couple of problems here and there. They find the goal. It's game on. The game changes. And it's one of the things I like about the Premier League. The jeopardy and the uncertainty. You don't want a lot of certainty. You want Nottingham Forest to come at Arsenal and make it hard. I think they did that. Credit to Steve Cooper, credit to all the boys in the Nottingham Forest team. They actually played very well, but Arsenal were exceptional, and we won the game. So I agree with Mikel. Good feeling. I just think we need to improve a little bit. Okay, Mikel Arteta on Jurrien Timber's incident and whether he was close to coming off at half time. He says no. The officials, the doctors, they looked at him and they were happy for him to continue. Him as well. He wanted to continue, but straight away in the second half, after the in the second half, the first action he made a movement and it was a little bit funny, so we took him off straight away, and now we have to assess him to see what he actually has got there. So I've been looking at a few updates on this one. Early indications are saying it could be out for a couple of weeks, maybe 4-5 weeks, but again, we don't know the extent of the injury. We don't know yet how bad it is, and we do not know the history of the injury as well. Is it new? Is it recurring? Now, look, Timber seems to have that hand. It's like an injury on the hand. I've seen him at Ajax hold that hand a little bit before, and I've seen him at Arsenal. Whenever he falls down, whenever he uses his hand, especially supporting himself to the ground, he actually has a problem with the wrist. So we're gonna wait for the scan. It should come out today or tomorrow, and I'll give you a heavy update on Jurrien Timber. But 6 weeks, that could be heavy. Boy, oh boy, 6 weeks is not what we want at the moment. You want Jurrien Timber in that team because, look, of the 3 signings, Timber has performed better. Rice has performed good, and Kai Havertz is struggling. So if Timber, the best signing, actually picks up an injury, it means that our transfer window is not effective at the beginning of the season. I would love him to be in that team. He actually makes us much better defensively, offensively as well. He's such a talent. He's such a ball-playing centre-back. He's such a ball-playing full-back. I mean, for me to call him a centre back, it feels like he's not a centre back. When I call him a fullback, it feels like he's not a fullback. I can't call him a midfielder. That is how good this guy is, especially in possession. Okay, let's continue. Mikel Arteta on Bukayo's finish and the goal. It says, from that distance against Matt Turner, it is not very easy to score, but it was an incredible finish. Yeah, it was incredible. And Matt Turner had a very good game, didn't he? His distribution was on point. He was very, very deadly. And if he was playing for a club like maybe Fulham or Brentford, they could have gotten something better in this game. They looked very, very well when he was distributing. But Saka's goal, boy, oh boy, you don't stop that. You don't keep that out. Like, we've seen a few of those, especially in the Premier League. Mo Salah against Chelsea, very identical. Nicola Pepe as well scored that one. Was it against West Brom? He scored that. Alexis Sanchez against Liverpool and Man United in the past for Arsenal. Like, we've seen them. But Saka doesn't end to amuse us. He keeps on performing at a very, very high level. Good boy. Really, really good. Mikel Arteta next on whether it was tactical to play Thomas Partey at right back and have Gabriel on the bench. It says we expected that actually happened, and we needed somebody else there in midfield to do what we have to do the best, and have more fluidity as well, and occupy more spaces in relation to how we were defending. I think they actually worked out. I think Mikel is a genius, and people were saying that Partey playing at right back is a waste of talent. Partey was not literally playing at right back. We literally didn't play 4 midfielders. We didn't set up with 4 midfielders. We set up with 3, but Thomas Partey at right back inverted into midfield. We have always inverted. People are just not learning our system. We've inverted for like 40, 50 games now. You must know that if Partey is at right back, it's going to be inverting in midfield. If Zinchenko is at right back, it's going to be inverting in midfield. It's as simple as that. And what Partey and Timber gave us yesterday was that kind of midfield dominance. We were inverting with 2 players. Partey arriving in midfield and Timber arriving into midfield as well from fullback areas. That allowed Declan Rice to push further forward, and he could see the chances he was getting himself into, the places he was getting himself into. It shows that he has 2 players behind him. He's not playing as that pivot. He's not playing as the rock, as the 6. So I kind of feel like Mikel was very, very clever, because they were going to come to overload the midfield. They wanted to create those superior numbers in midfield. And Mikel saw through it, and yeah, Steve Cooper said, we are going to lose this one. And indeed, they lost the game. Mikel Arteta on the momentum shift in the second half, and what he has to say about that. I'm intrigued to actually see what he's going to say. He said, it's going to be very difficult to dominate games for 100 minutes. I agree. But it is why we allow them to get some grip of the game, because they can create anything, but at the end of the action, the game changes and the momentum changes and shifts immediately after that goal. That is not the moment to change it. You cannot change it there. Now you have to be so good at dealing with situations and running the clock down and earning the points. The team have done really, really well, but we have to be more ruthless and more critical of ourselves to be more pushy and kill the games. One thing I've seen with Mikel Arteta in this press conference, and I would love to see the same kind of energy throughout the season, he meant business, and it was no nonsense. No, it was no nonsense. Everything he said, he was on point and very ruthless. So in this one, he says, we've got to be pushy and ruthless and kill off games. It's going to be 100 minutes. Like, it's not going to change. It's going to be 5 minutes at half time, 9 minutes at the end of this the second half. That is around 14 minutes at a time, 15 minutes at a time. So it's great. That is the way. And for us to win games plus 10 minutes added on, you must enter those 10 minutes that are going to be added on 3-0 up, 4-0 up. That is what we're gonna do. And I think we have the quality. We have the quality to manage games, but we also have the quality to kill off games. What is better, game management or kill off games? In my opinion, be ruthless and kill off games, so you don't actually need to manage them as we did yesterday against those boys. Mikel Arteta on whether Saka has the makings to be one of the best players in the league and Europe. He says, what I ask him and all the players is to be the best version of themselves every single day. That is the only thing they can do. And how good that version is very hard to tell with any player because we don't know. We don't know how much of we don't know how Bukayo 2 years ago or today or 2 years or in 2 years time will be, and the same applies to the rest of the players. I think Saka is just one of the geniuses we have in his side. On whether Gabriel Martinelli's performance today can be what is expected of him this season, it says that's Gabi. He needs to be alive. He needs to be energetic. He needs to take chances and go for it. Something I really like today, and I think and something that I didn't like too much 2 weeks ago was that he was going to give he was giving the ball away and he tracked back. Because of that, that was the defining moment. When Gabi is doing that, backwards and then forwards, he's one of the best players in the world and one of the most dangerous players. When he plays a different style, rhythm, no. That was ruthless. That actually that one got to me, right? That one got to me because he really has set the expectations. How did Mikel Arteta? We're gonna have a video, live video. We'll talk about Mikel Arteta and the expectations this season. But he has set the expectations. He says when Gabi is tracking back and coming in front, one of the best and one of the most deadly dangerous players. When he plays with another rhythm, no, absolutely not. Right? So, and of course, Gabi is going to be very concerned because of Leandro Trossard. We do have Trossard, and Trossard is a good player, boy, oh boy. Now, I'll speak to you right in the next one. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well. Mikel says that we will have a scan coming up very shortly for Jurrien Timber, and we will get an update on the lads. I hope it is a positive one. And of course, 5 things we learned is coming your way, as well as my official reaction.